Winning an HLR very rarely turns into, oh, you just got that rating now, which what does that do for you? Nothing. I don't encourage people to pursue TDIU unless they absolutely need it and they're really never going to work again. The VA is not going to crush you for that. And if they do, you hit me up and you'll be fine. That won't happen. I don't want you to be scared of getting treatment. I don't want you to be scared of getting help. That's one of the worst things that can happen to veterans. All right, we will get started. Are HLRs fast? My lawyer said 1.5 months. In our experience, no. I don't push veterans to do an HLR. And there's also a lot of things that veterans misunderstand about the HLR, right? So the higher level review, it can be cool. It can be useful to some degree. But the truth be told, the HLR it's not as useful as it used to be. There's a Supreme Court ruling that took place, 2 to 3 months ago now. We made a whole video of it here on our YouTube channel. And that ruling essentially stated, right, like the VA is not going to review these cases de novo, meaning they're not going to review them as a new case or look at them in their entirety. They're only going to look and see if the VA made a clear and unmistakable error, which as much as the VA makes errors, they don't necessarily make errors that fall into what would be considered a clear and unmistakable error. The clear and unmistakable error means that the VA almost intentionally or was just completely way off based on the evidence they had at the time. Not evidence you've produced since, not evidence that you've produced during, but what they had at the time, they did it completely wrong. That is essentially the argument that you have to make if you want to win an HLR or win a Board of Appeals review, right? That being said, what oftentimes happens is in these HLRs or in the Board of Appeals review, what will happen is the VA will say, well, there was a failure of duty to assist, so you need to go back through the thing anyways. Which, what does that do for you? Nothing. It kind of spanked the VA a little bit, but it doesn't get you any closer to your rating. You still have to go through the whole damn thing again. So you're better off just making a very thorough supplemental claim with proof that hey, not only did you guys mess up, but here's how you messed up, here's why you messed up, and here's the additional supplemental proof that you messed up and that this claim is valid, right? HLRs are not something that we ever push people towards. I don't think they're an effective use of your time. What do I mean when I say appeal after the HLR? In general, depending on the HLR, what they'll do is they'll say there was a failure of duty to assist or there was a failure of the CMP, and they will make you redo the CMP. Winning an HLR very rarely turns into, oh, you just got that rating now. It doesn't really work like that. Kevin McCallan, you just submitted your claim and used you guys. Awesome, Kevin. Make sure you use us for the CMP preparation. That's one of the biggest pieces of the pie that we can help you with. And we can go into that here in a minute as well. But make sure you stay in contact with us throughout your process. Keep us updated. Send us emails from time to time. And, as you need that CMP prep, stay in the loop. Dwayne Johnson, I had a psych video call in May, was rated, then a new psych exam on August 20th. Now getting another psych exam. Dwayne Johnson, no, that's not normal, and they shouldn't be forcing you to do that. The frequency of that is way too high. I'm not sure if you've talked to my team yet about this. Your name sounds familiar, like it just recently came up. So I would appreciate, if you haven't reached out to my team, well, first you should reach out to the VA, call the 1-800 number and ask them why that's occurring, because that's asking way too much of you as far as frequency. Let's see, 141 JDF. I have eczema that was rated service connected, but 0% because less than 5% of body when we did a CMP, but the hands split open daily all year long. 141 JDF, I would have to look at the schedule ratings for that, but it's also not that hard for me to do. Give me 1 second here. Let me move this.
A few moments later.
So, this gets interesting, right? Because it says a 30% rating would be 20 to 40% of your entire body, or 20 to 40% of your exposed areas are affected, or systemic therapy, corticosteroids, or other immunosuppressives required. So, to me, JDF, what that's saying, right, is that I think your rating should be higher. Because, we're talking 20 to 40% exposed areas. Well, what are the exposed areas, right? We have our two hands. I guess maybe they're counting, a T-shirt, so your forearms, right? I don't know. I think there could be a push made for this, and I think you probably would be within your rights to push for a higher rating on it. Do you need diagnosis for anxiety and depression? You can. If you didn't deploy, or if you don't have some sort of like really strong traumatic event that you can tie it to using the PTSD statement in support of the claim form, yes. Yeah, that would be helpful, right? For every disability, you do need a diagnosis. For a lot of disabilities, you can go to the CMP exams and that'll be sufficient if there's like evidence of it, or you can describe it properly or back it or substantiate it. For some disabilities like sleep apnea, you almost always, not almost, you always need a diagnosis before you go to the CMP exam. With sleep apnea and a couple other things, if you go to the CMP exam and you're like, yeah, I have sleep apnea, they're going to be like, cool. Anyway, 0 or no, not even a 0, they're going to say no, because they don't have the ability to diagnose that there. PD wildlife control. Vet claims took you from 10 to 60 on the first go round, had your last CMP. The whole team is awesome, and you got your supplements. I love that. Love that, PD, Mr. Dennis. Appreciate you. The fight continues. Our CMP prep team is the best in the world. In fact, I think we're the only company out there that has a team dedicated to the expertise of understanding these CMP examiners, the companies that perform them, and what it is that you're going into, and how to talk about what you need to talk about in a way that accurately describes your symptoms, but also relates to the VA in a way that they can rate it, and you're not leaving anything up to guesswork. Papa Par. Facts. Current company I'm working with just asked for more money to continue working with them. After one rating increase, they hit you up for more money. I will go ahead and say it. I don't necessarily have beef with a lot of these companies, aside from the ones that take 30% of your back pay. But the company that Papa Par is working with does ask for more money after they got him a small increase, which to me, it's not how the game's played. If you can't run an efficient enough company to support veterans through getting the rating they deserve, then you probably shouldn't be in this market. Joe Sanchez, what is the cost for your services? Joe, $1,250. Plus, if you have local sales taxes, we will have local sales taxes. Adrian Brown, thank you for helping us. My question is, I was awarded my rating 2 years ago. VA doc placed you in group therapy program for mental health. Will I be reduced if you improve? Adrian Brown, no, you will not. So, and that's a very good thing to know. I don't want you to be scared of getting treatment. I don't want you to be scared of getting help. That's one of the worst things that can happen to veterans. The truth be told is the VBA, Veteran Benefits Administration, and VHA, Veterans Health Administration, are very different animals. They don't talk to each other unless it's the VHA asking VBA for records, which the only time they do that is like if you filed for an increase on that mental health or something like that. And even so, I think that if you're in a group therapy program, I would not worry about that in the least, right? Continue doing what's best for you. And if you ever have any issues, you can come to us and we'll help you out. But in general, VHA is not going to like tattletale over to VBA. These people can barely talk to themselves, much less others. Is TDIU possible without support from a former employer? I'm currently 70%. Dwayne, I'd have to look at your case in particular. I don't encourage people to pursue TDIU unless they absolutely need it and they're really never going to work again. The problem with TDIU is a lot of veterans get it and then they realize like, yeah, I'm 100% now, but now I can't work. Now I can't make any extra money, or I can make extra money, but I'm fearful that the VA will come after me. Or you could be creating VA debt, right? Which nobody wants. So on a case-by-case basis, we really have to dig into yours. If my team hasn't told you that TDIU is a good idea, then I would say that it's probably not. Let's see here. Manti Moore. If I receive denial letters while using another company, can I switch to you guys? Manti Moore, that is 90% of our customers because, well, not anymore, but in the beginning, that was 99% of our customers. They'd gone through these other companies that tried to take 30% of their back pay, or, they charge them $1,200 and then they ask them for more money down the road. And here at VetClaims.ai, we have one low flat fee, right? So we got a lot of people who came to us after getting denied by others. And the answer is clearly yes. You can come to us from anywhere. Chemical Soldier, like the name. Question, I've been working for the post office 29 years. 3 years ago, I was awarded 100% P&T for mental health illnesses. If you continue to work, will the VA come after you? Chemical Soldier, no. Getting 100% P&T for mental health illnesses will not make the VA come after you for still working. Because the honest truth is, you may have found the one singular type of employment that works with your disability, and the VA is not going to crush you for that. And if they do, you hit me up, we'll take it to CNN and we'll blast their asses on national television and make sure that people get fired, and you'll be fine. That won't happen. So keep working your job, get that other retirement going, man, and good on you for finding a role and a position where you can work for 30 years, and keep going. That's awesome, and I love to hear it. If you need help getting the rating you deserve, go to vetclaims.ai. If you love this content, if it helped you and added value to you, please like, share, subscribe, and send this to a couple other veterans that you think it might be helpful for. Whether they go through us or not, it doesn't matter. Our mission is to add value to you.